Hello boys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is kinda different. 2 months ago I created a base tour of Genesis 680 and a lot of you asked about that in comments and in my Discord, that how you can make that floating map in space by yourself. And the funny thing is few of you didn't know that what is ARC, so that means you can use it on any games that you wanted. For example in World of Warcraft or any kind of games that has map on it. I will explain about it step by step, from how you can create the map and how you can create the space and how to animate it and so on. We are going to create this clip from scratch and I tried to make this tutorial beginner friendly. I haven't used any complicated plugins or I didn't make it so hard to understand. If you have experience of using any of these softwares, so I guess you can add stuff to it by yourself. So enough talking and let's go for the tutorial. First step is go to Google and search for the map that you are looking for. If you are playing Valorant or World of Warcraft, nothing is different. Just search the map and try to download the high resolution one. My suggestion is black and white map, but if you prefer to use a colored map, it's okay. After you found your map, download it and go to Photoshop. I already made a file included maps and plugins and all the materials that you need. Go download it by the link in the description. Create a new project with 1920 to 1080 pixel. Now unlock the background layer and go to the file that I gave you. You can download it by the link in the description. Drag the paper and put it on the Photoshop. And now invisible the background layer because we don't need that actually. Actually we can use it, but I prefer to make a new layer. So you have to click on the background layer and make a new layer above it. And then you have to go to color picker. There is 2 color codes that you have to insert. I put them in the file. Just copy paste them. You have to copy paste one of them to background layer and one of them to foreground layer. So we got the colors now, but we have to use them. We have to click on filter tab, then go to render and clouds. And after that go to filter again, but this time we are going to click on filter gallery. And then we have to use a texturizer. If you can't find a texturizer, it's located on texture folder. After you clicked on it, leave the options here, do not touch anything, and then click OK. And now we have to hold the Ctrl key and click on the paper layer. After you did it right, you will see you are selected the paper edges. And when you are selecting the paper edges, click on the background color and add a color mask into it. It will make the background color exactly like your paper. And now we have to change the paper layer mode to linear burn. Also, if you want to make the paper edge better, you can do it with color balance. There is 2 ways, I will show you both of them. Click on paper, then go to adjustments and then color balance. The other way is to choose fill or adjustment layer from down here and then color balance. There is 2 options, mask and color balance. Click on the color balance and then change the tone to shadows. And then change the cyan number to something between 40 to 50. I will choose 43. Now hold Alt and click between of color balance and paper. From now our color balance only affecting on our paper, not to any other layers. Now go to the folder you just downloaded and drag one of the maps that you want. And now you can hold shift and resize the picture by edge as you like. If you misclicked and you can't see the resizer, you just need to click on map layer and press shift T. If you think the map size is good, press enter and change the map layer to darker color or multiply or color burn or linear burn. To be honest, it depends on how's your map looking, and then you can decide to use which one of them. But now I'm choosing multiply. Now there is some textures that I don't want them to be there, and I want to fade the map to the paper. So make an adjustment layer to the map layer and then set your opacity to something like 10 or 20, then fade the edge to the paper. Now that we created our first map, we can do the same on a different map. But this time it takes less time because we already did half of the job. I guess you know how to export the project, so I don't make the video longer by explaining about how to export. The only thing that matters is that make sure that you are exporting the maps with PNG format. And that's it, boys, we're done here. Now open the After Effects and make a composition with my settings. By the way, try to pause the video and see my settings if you need. Next step is to import one of the star pictures. One of the star pictures has big stars and one of them has small stars. It really depends on your choice, but small stars looking way better. And now make a new solid and then drag and drop the stars to the timeline. And then hide it because we are using it as a texture, not using it directly. Now go to Effects and search for ORB plugin. And then use it on our new solid. You may know this, but if you don't know, we can't navigate to the screen at the moment, so we have to make a camera. Don't panic, just don't touch any of these settings and create the camera. Now that we have the camera, we can navigate to our project. Just hold shift and use number 1, 2, 3 to move your camera. Now click on ORB solid and go to the plugin settings. Open the map section and select the star pictures from diffuse layer. Now increase the radius to something like 30,000 and click on surface setting and choose back. And then open the UV section and increase the UV repeat X and Y to odd number, like 3 or 5 or 7 or 9. But do not go higher because you will notice that the star textures are looking repetitively shit. Also increase the UV rotation a little bit to make the textures not similar to each other. If you want to make the stars look more shiny, try to increase the diffuse gamma and brightness, but don't go high a lot. Now import your map to the project and make it 3D. Also, if you don't see the 3D option, you have to toggle the modes from here. Now scale it up a little bit and use the scripts to make it as you wish. Now search for shine effect and use it on map layer. Let me zoom a little bit so you can see what is going on. Now you have to increase the boost light and ray length enough. I don't give you the numbers because I want you to practice. Remember, boost lights has a good advantage at all, that it will make the object a little bit shiny and blurry. Now make a new solid, but this time increase the resolution to a high number, because we are going to make it big and we need a lot of space. My recommended number is 2500 to 2500 pixels. Now search for the Optical flare plugin and use it on the new solid. Open up the option and then search for a good looking flare that has a galaxy color on it. Maybe this one, or yeah, maybe this one. You can hide some of its textures, but I think if you include all the textures, it would be better. Now try to center the light and manipulate with the numbers. Then search for turbulence displace and turbulence noise. We need to use both of them. Now change the blend mode to color dodge. Also, if you put these effects under of each other, it will have different consequences. So try it, you may like one of the results. Also, before we want to touch any of these numbers, we have to add radial fast blur. decrease the blurriness a little bit, and now increase the amount number to something between 400 to 1000. Also try to change the size, you may get a good looking texture. Now that we got our textures, we have to toggle the animations or keyframes and then go a few seconds forward and increase it. Now our textures would be alive and more beautiful. Also, if we did all the job, it's better now to decrease the texture scale and light. And then we are good to go. Make the clouds 3D and scale it up. Change the blend mode to lighten. Now you have to position it so far away from your camera. Now that we created our first cloud, we can just duplicate it with all the settings and just change the second cloud textures to something else. Also make sure to rotate the second texture so viewers cannot tell that you just duplicated. Always remember, you have to change the numbers to get the best result, even when you are done. Now I'm going to make some more clouds to make the screen more busy so viewers cannot focus on one subject, and also it's more beautiful. Now we have to make a magic ray, like a magic line, to create a vibe on video. Like every time music hitting the bass, our line would be noisy. It's like music is affecting on our magic line. To make this, we have to create a new solid layer. Add an optical flair to it with a bright magic color like blue. Change the lights a little bit, then center it. Then we have to position our magic line like it's below our map, but at the moment that I am working on it, I would leave it above the map. Now we have to search for motion tail effect. Motion tail basically extends the pictures. The only thing that you have to change is output width. Okay, let me reposition the textures. Now we have to search for box blur effect. Drag and drop it on the magic line and change the blur dimension to horizontal. Now increase the blur radius to a high number so you can't see the difference in texture. You have to see only a line. And then search for turbulence displace. As I said, it has different results if you place the effects under of each other. So try to change the effects to get the better result. Now increase the displace number a little bit to see how it's working. You would get a good detail at the end. Then try to position the magic line same as me. Like you have to fit the magic sites under our map. Now we have to click on our keyframes again and do the same like before. We have to make the lines twitch every time music hits the bass. When you are done with the line, try to duplicate it, then move one of the lines to other side. Also, if you want to make it better, you can add shine effect. Use the same color as our magic line and then change the light source position to under our map. Now that we are done with our items, we can add shine effect to all of our clouds to make them alive. Like they have a core inside them, igniting maybe? I don't know the word to use for it. By the way, remember, this is not a tutorial for general things on After Effects, so I'm not gonna talk about color grading or color effects, sound effects and other things. If you think that you need more things to know, let me know in comments and I would make tutorial for them. But right now I'm just focused on making a 3D map floating in space. For the last thing, if you want to make the camera move and make your cinematic moves, you literally have to position your camera at the starting point and then go to your camera settings in your layer tab, then active all of your camera keyframes, then go few seconds forward, change your camera position to your next move as you like, then click on the keyframes, then move your camera again. And that's it boys. If you want to export your projects in After Effects, you have to click on File tab, then click on Export and then click on Add to Render Queue. This is not like Premiere or Photoshop, just saying. Write a name for your project, then render it same as I am doing. After we exported our video, we have to import it to Premiere because After Effects gave us our video with AVI format. And this is not a format that we want to work on it. You have to import it in Premiere and export it again and import it again. Yeah, it sounds stupid, but this is what most people do. Because After Effects projects are so massive and we don't want to crash our Premiere. And this is result of today's video, but I haven't worked on it a lot, because it was only a tutorial. Definitely if you work more on your project, you would get way better results. And I guess this is the end of the video. I will put all the plugin names and the files plus the materials inside a folder that you can download from description. By the way, if you had any questions, feel free to comment about it. I will reply you if I know the answer. Or at least I can give you a video to watch it. I put so much time to this kind of videos. I appreciate it if you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe me and leave a comment about it. See ya!